Hi, my name is Kayla.
And I'm Hannah.
And this is Leer, Wiwanik, a YVC library podcast. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. The episode that we have today is on the Midnight Library. Let me just start off by saying it was too good. It was so good. Like, before we even, dive into, the usual thing, I loved it. What'd you think?
I feel like anytime, okay, we're gonna do this, I don't even, read the description, I just get in there, because I trust you blind. Which, it might be something I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, if she thinks it's good, I think it's good.
To be fair.
That sounds kind of dumb. I'm not even bowing anything, but, I trust her enough to be like, if she thinks it's okay, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Oh, yeah. No, it's very good. Okay, I guess we'll dive into the question.
Okay.
What were your initial thoughts when you began to read the book? What'd you first think of it, when you started?
I don't know, the way she was just kind of going through her life, I'm like, wow. It reminds me of me.
I was like, oh, wow.
She's like, my cat died and now I can't cry because I'm on so many antidepressants. And I'm like, oh.
I know, I was sitting there like, dang, this is starting off a little dark. But then, I read the description, so I knew it was going to be a little dark.
I didn't read the description.
I know you didn't read the description. You're a freak. Okay, but this is, going to be, my favorite question to ask. If you were stuck between life and death, what would your library look like? What would hold your memories?
Can I be real for a second?
Yeah.
I always have this really bad dream that I'm stuck in a Kmart. One Kmart was open, it's closed, so there's, all the stuff in a Kmart. But I'm just, stuck in a Kmart. So, somehow, somewhere or another, I feel like I'd be stuck in a Kmart.
Oh, okay. That's not, the answer that I thought I was going to get.
Well, okay, we Googled it, and it's, sleep anxieties I have, so...
I guess Kmart is a big source of your sleep anxiety.
It's you don't fit in, so you're lost in Kmart, and I'm like, what?
I was like, girl, okay, well, my library would look like, drumroll, blah, 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 a library.
That's so unique.
I totally. Well, I'm a big book nerd.
Mine would probably if it wasn't a Kmart, mine would probably look like a football stadium or something goofy.
Just each football holds different memories. But no, obviously I work in the library. I love books, so I think I would have the same exact mental palace as she did. But it would be cuter. My library would be chic. Not gonna lie.
Yours would be girl boss.
It would be girl boss.
No gaslight included.
Okay, but before we're what was your overall rate of the book?
Are we talking on a numbering scale?
Yeah, on a number scale. The huge.
Ooh. I feel maybe an 8.95.
Okay, well, I think y'all already know what my answer is.
It's 10. Be a 10.
It's a 10. 10's across the board.
It's a 10.
Okay, but what was your favorite life that Nora had?
The last one with the kid and her husband.
Yeah.
And I was like, she has to stay in this one. And then she's like, I'm back in the library. And I'm like,
well, actually, my favorite life, she wasn't happy in it, but it was when she was that rich, Olympic swimmer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, look at all this money.
She had no clue what she was doing.
She had no clue what she was doing, but she had so much money, and I was like, get it.
And they're like, sorry, what happened to you in Brazil? And she's like,
what happened in Brazil?
She's like, what are you talking about?
Oh my god. So, Joe, her brother.
Yeah.
You know how important he is to her. I know they had a bad relationship in her original life. But do you think, the different versions that she experienced of Joe changed your opinion on him or her opinion on him?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
In you how love has 40. Joe was giving 40 vibes the whole time.
Okay, you're right. Joe is giving 40 vibes.
It was crazy, because, Joe is known as brother.
Yeah.
40 is love's brother, and it's, the same thing happens in those, parallels between that TV show and those books.
I actually didn't even think about that. I was, just to even, throw this out there, I was surprised that she was just, straight up dead.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, technically she wasn't dead. She was between life and death.
Young
But you know what I mean? I was like...
Anytime anything happened, you're like, what is happening? I cannot believe this.
I know, I was like, oh my god, I read this book in a day.
Yeah.
I'd like to know. I read this book in a day. It was so freaking good. But you know, initially I hated Joe. I did not like Joe. I was like, oh, he's so mean to her, yada yada. If my brother treated me like that, yada yada, I would be like, I was like, ooh. But then once we like understood his character more, I was like, ah.
And she's like, I want to marry him.
Okay, no, I'm not a fixer. All right, I can't even fix myself.
Yeah, no, we see it. We know.
So did you like notice like Nora maturing as she went through these different lives? Because you know how she's like, oh, I want to die, blah 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 blah.
I think. Like, in some of these lives, she's like, I realized I don't want to die.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like, when the librarian, like, is coming on Boleyn, she's like, I gotta get my stomach quick.
I know. I was like, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? Because the first couple of attempts, she was like, nothing is working.
This is ew.
She's like, I'm about to die in this library. I mean, I would love to die in a library, but, you know.
Noted. Kill Kayla in a library.
Love that. Okay. What was your favorite part of the book?
You know, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think the whole, like, section of before she died, like, because that gives you such an insight of, you know, what she was experiencing, and then throughout the book you were able to see how she was, like, going from the one day of her suicide attempt.
Yeah, you know, that's pretty deep coming from a Hannah.
Oh my god!
You know,
like, wow, that sounds like someone else.
Okay, but like my favorite part of the book was like that middle section where she was flipping through all the lives. I was like, oh my god, what's gonna be next?
What life is she gonna live?
Cool. I was like, I wish I could look at all the potential lives I could have lived, but you know, without being like half dead.
Like in the in between.
Like I wish I could just like meditate and like look through the lives that I could have lived. Maybe in one I'm like super rich and we're like in Bali right now or something.
God, that'd be the dream.
That would be the dream. We'd look so good on a beach. Anyways.
Get you a little bathing suit.
Did the book like help you anyway in its message? Since, you know, like it was like kind of a deeper subject.
I mean, like, the book was really good and it really puts things into perspective, but like, I know hypothetically if one of us were to die, there would be no in between. You know, it seems like a fictional thing. I haven't died, thank God. But like, do we really think things is like in between?
Yeah.
Like, it gets you thinking. It's like, does this thing really happen?
I think there is an
really
in between. Like, I'm not like a religious person, but I feel like I'm up to like any possibility. Whenever I read something in a book that happens to someone after they die, I'm like, this could happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I hardcore believe that it does happen, but I'm like, this has the potential to happen. You know what I mean? Because we know nothing about the afterlife.
Not yet.
Because everyone who visited is, you know, dead.
I don't know. Have you seen an episode of Riverdale? They seem to know what's going on.
I am not watching that goofy train wreck. After the first season, it was over. Yeah, no. The first season was like, okay.
You don't know the epic highs and lows of
high school football.
I was like...
Okay, but like, who would be your Mrs. Elm? Who would be managing your Kmart?
A little bit of me wants to say you.
Ooh, purr.
I'm just like... going to the checkout and I'm like, where am I? And you're like, you're at Kmart, obviously. And I'm like, ah!
I'm just like sitting in the Little Caesar section eating like some breadsticks and cheese.
It's just like super cold too, so you're like, God, do we not have heaters around here?
I was like, dang, just look through those books or whatever you have to look through at Kmart to get me out of here.
Look through those shoe boxes, why don't you?
Right, just find something.
Kmart is my Twilight Zone.
I think my Twilight Zone is freaking... God, what's it called?
Walmart.
Yeah, we'll just go with Walmart. Walmart is definitely a Twilight Zone. Have you ever been there, like... midday? At, like, the night, though?
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird. Like,
it's like, I know I shouldn't be shopping at midnight, but what am I doing here? I'm shopping at midnight.
It's almost as haunted as your house.
Oh, my God. My mom listening.
Okay, but my Mrs. Elm would be, drumroll, Shorty, my dog.
He has a monocle?
Yes,
oh my God.
and he can talk.
Ooh, he's wearing a dapper little outfit.
Yeah, my baby Shorty passed away last September, but he would definitely be my Mrs.
He's
Elm.
wearing a little knit cardigan.
Oh my god. He's like a little granny.
Yeah.
Oh, he would look so cute, my baby boy. Frick, I miss him. Okay, but like, who is your favorite character in the book? I know we don't really have like variants in the characters.
Mrs. Elm.
Okay, I was gonna say the same thing. Mrs. Elm was just like so nice.
I feel like we get these like variants of Nana, and it doesn't make me like her any more and any less, because it's just like she's still there. She's living these lives as she's going through the books, and she's not learning anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, to be honest, I want a Mrs. Elm. I mean, I hate chess, so I would not play chess with her like Miss Nora did. But like, thought-wise, we could play like nerd chess. I don't know. Maybe she likes D&D. I could roll through some D&D. I want to play D&D so bad. Anyways, if you had the opportunity to experience different lives like Nora, which life would you like to experience first? Like, out of all the paths you could have like chosen in life, what kind of path do you want to see yourself on? What do you think would be the most interesting?
I know.
Do not say what I know.
I want to say,
Do not
and I'm
say
not
what-
gonna say it.
Say something else. This is a podcast.
The library podcast just about getting real deep and real quick.
No.
I don't know. I feel like something where I'm successful, like my business again, I like took off.
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
I mean, you just got your degree though, so you.
I got it about like a month ago, and I'm like, yeah, I really wish that would take off like yesterday.
Yeah, I was about to say, girl. I mean, but like, okay.
I need some more time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had like the opportunity to like experience a life, I would experience a life where I like pursued my like writing dreams when I was younger, and I actually shared my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote fan fiction when I was younger and shared that, but it's not the same as the actual stuff I want to share. So I feel like, what if there's an alternate life where Kayla is a little more, what's the word? Stable. If I would just wanted a little more, I bet I could be doing good for myself.
Time.
I mean, not to brag. I feel like I could be a famous author at 20 if I had just put, like, myself into it.
Not me, I'm illiterate.
Oh, yeah.
I have
totally.
something I like that.
Oh my god. Let's not make that sound. Okay. If Volts hadn't died and, like, triggered Nora, do you think the story would have, like, changed?
No, I feel like she was just gonna dive off the deep end
Okay,
anyway.
well...
I mean, like, if Bug died,
oh god.
it would be the end. If Sunny died...
I said the same thing about Shorty, but it gets easier. After, like, 5 months of crying.
I could honestly tell you, when both of them die, I'm not getting another pet.
Okay, well, I love pets too much. But no, I feel like if Volts would have lived, I feel like she would have held on a little longer because she had this animal to take care of, you know?
But I think when we see the variations, he dies
like he
anyway.
always dies, yeah.
He always dies that day, so like hypothetically, she wouldn't have Skaven thing it without the cat dying.
That's true. Is there anything you would change about this book?
Wow, that was in harmony.
I know, we were so synchronized.
I don't know if there's necessarily anything I would change.
Yeah.
Oh, Hugo. I feel like Hugo had such a, like, good part, and then she mentioned she, like, saw him again. A little bit of me was like, what if they fall in love?
You know, I was like, Hugo's character was such, like, a weird thing for me. I was like, this is so cool.
They just, like, tossed it in there, and then I was like, oh my god, these two fall in love, but...
I know, I was
and
like,
then they did not.
I was like, she for sure is gonna get with my man's Hugo.
Like, could you imagine them, like...
They, like, find each other in each life? Oh my god, that would be stupid romantic. Do you have, like, any final thoughts about this book?
I don't have any thoughts. Like,
okay, well, I have many thoughts. Here's the Kayla officiated review. I love this book to pieces. Oh my god. I have, like, a lot of anxiety surrounding death. Because, you know, I'm an anxious person. So this book really opened up, like, a whole new, like, concept for me. Like, what could happen if I did somehow, like, die. Because you never know what happens when you cross over that, like, rickety bridge, you know what I mean?
I'm to the point I don't even care anymore.
Oh my god. I don't know, like, it's just, this book was really good, and I feel like there's a lot of passion in the book, which you could see when they were writing, and there's a lot of good representation for, like, mental illness. And I just, honestly, this book is one of my favorite books that I have ever read. It's just really good, and it really just lit a fire under my ass, if that makes sense. I love this book so much, and I will definitely be referring to this book. I might even get a poster of this book like I have for these Violent Delights.
Yeah.
That's how much I'm obsessed with it. Like a little freak. Okay, well, I mean, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, I have no final thoughts. I have no thoughts, period.
Alright, well, thank you for listening. Sorry that I have been rambling for a while. But this has been, the 5th or 6th episode of Read, Leer, Wiwanik, and we are so happy you're still chugging along with us. We don't know what the next book is going to be, so if you listen to this, go ahead and look at the YVC library page, or even our Instagram, and, drop us a recommendation. We'd love to hear it. Alright, I think it is time to go, so I'm going to go ahead and say bye-bye, Hannah.
I'm just, sitting here.
She's sitting there silently, staring at me. You gotta say bye to the pretty people.
I love you, guys.
Yeah, we love you. Vote, stay out of the heat. Make sure you're hydrated. It's gonna get really hot in Yakima this upcoming week. So
108.
It gets up to 108.
Just quinky
so
things.
Stay hydrated, and thank you for listening. And if you have any thoughts on the Midnight Library, share it with us, especially Kayla. Please.
I'm just kidding. You don't get thoughts.
No, but really though, I'd love to hear them. Alright. We'll see you next time. Bye!